Hello and welcome to Space Engineers. I'm Zulu Roosie and today we're going to be playing my survival series. Or we're going to be starting my survival series. Can I survive? So we're going to be using a few mods for this. And we'll run through those quickly. But right now we're just going to set up a new world. So we're going to go custom game. Now I've already been through the workshop and gathered all the mods that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start a star system. Let's name this. What should we name it? Let's just name it the series. Can I survive? Question mark. And yeah, we're going to leave these bits here. I'm going to keep it offline. I will change a few of the advanced options. Yeah, one that I always change is just characters inventory size. I always just put it to 10. Just saves running around. Otherwise it takes ages just to build one block. Sound mode, realistic, distance, 30. Most of these we can keep as they are. I'm going to enable spectator, in-game scripts, and that is it. That's it for the settings. So the mods. So I'm going to add all these in. The only one that I won't be using is... So let's just add all these in and I'll remove it. So as you can see, these are the mods that I'll be using. I'm not going to go through them. I can do that in another video. Or maybe make a video for YouTube. Just there. So you've got quite a lot of mods in there. Oh, where's the one that I'm looking for? Daily needs survival kit. Now, from what I can tell, it is a decent mod, but it's too finicky for me. Because you're constantly trying to, well, from the moment that you land, first thing is that you've got to try and sort out is food and water. Which is good. I love the survival aspect of it, but when it comes to actually playing, it just makes the game too much. Just get bored too quickly. Right, anyway, so there we are. We've started our own custom game, added our mods, changed our settings, and now let's load the world. Name contains invalid windows. It's probably a question mark. Just add QM question mark. There we go. Now the aim of this series is obviously we're doing survival mode, but the main goal list is going to be build a base. So yeah, from the moment we land, we want to find somewhere to build a base, and then from there we're going to obviously build a rocket, head into space, and then we're going to travel to each planet. So I can't remember how many planets there are. On YouTube I'll do some sort of overlay of how many planets there are, but yeah, that's the plan. We're going to visit every single one of them, not necessarily in any order, but yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a long series. It's going to be quite difficult at first, but eventually obviously where you build up and you gather more materials and bigger ships and you get better mining ships and things like that, it's going to get a lot easier towards the end of the game. But yeah, and if you do have any suggestions, maybe some goals that you want me to see that I can reach, just let me know. Just drop it in the chat or drop it in the comments below. Alright, so one of these mods, which I really prefer, actually starts you off with a little rover. So instead of your drop pod that you get in vanilla, you end up having your, well, little rover. So it's much easier because you don't have to spend time trying to get wheels just and then you can move, especially if you don't like your spawn location as well. But here we are, so they've got some more. So on the planets you get the rover, get a little bird, ibis, miner, and obviously spacesuits. Spacesuit is the same, you just spawn on your own. So we're going to go ahead and click respawn, and let's see what we have. Alright, so it's just going to take a second just to load in. I have already loaded a world to test all these mods, so I do know that we're working, and look at that, there we are, so we're straight in. It's a shame I couldn't quite see what's around us. This isn't a bad little spawn. This is quite good. So yeah, the places that I really hate spawning are when you've got basically just mountains. It's just mountains and nothing else, no flat surfaces or anything like that. It's really frustrating because it's hard to navigate, it's hard to build a base, and it's even harder to find your base. Let's just let our parachute go. Right, so yeah, so this is our little rover, so I'll just get out and show you around. You see, the problem with using mods is it can make your game crash and be a bit funny and things like that. As you can see, once it's loaded, it's fine, runs perfectly smooth, but unfortunately it does take a little bit of time to load in, like a little buffer. Right, anyway, so let's have a little look at this. So you've got your survivor kit on the back, as you would do in your normal cargo ship, which is quite nice. They've made it look pretty fancy. So it's got everything that your normal dropship would have, plus a spotlight, which is quite a nice addition. So let's have a little look in its inventory as well. So when you spawn in here, so you've got your survivor kit. Let's just give it a minute to load. Right, there we go. So yeah, so you got your survivor kit, you got your gas generator, which is obviously your O2 H2 gen. Got your cockpit, so you got another set of tools in here, as well as your gun, ammo, and GPS location. Got a small cargo container, and obviously your parachute hatch as well. So let's jump out of here, and before we carry on, I am just going to change my settings very quickly, just bring them down to medium, just to make a better experience, make it run a bit smoother. It's nice to have it in high, but sometimes if it means having the gameplay better, then it is worth. There we go. So yeah, so if you can't tell already, this game is quite quite a heavy game, so you do need a decent computer to run it. Yeah, so if you are thinking about getting it, I do definitely recommend it. It's a brilliant game, but unfortunately it is a power hog, so it takes a lot of power. You're going to need a decent CPU for starters, decent graphics cards, and yeah. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is going to try and climb over these mountains up here and see if we can find an ice lake. Now you don't have to spawn near an ice lake, but I do prefer it, just because when you get to the point when you're building rocket ships and you're getting hydrogen engines and things like that, then obviously you're going to need hydrogen. And yeah, you can keep going from base to ice lake and then back again, but that's just time consuming, so make it a little bit easier on ourselves in the future proofing. I prefer to build my base near an ice lake. It just saves a lot of time in the long run. And yeah, and here is my second mod. So the second mod is called, I believe it's called Space Just Got Real. So if you find their page on the workshop, then you'll be able to see the difference between vanilla and their, well, what their mod does. And essentially, you see all this darkness here. In vanilla, you'd still be able to see it, so I'd still be able to see the rock very well, but right now it's black, which is good because essentially it's just a better shadows mod. And that mountain's really raggedy, so I don't think I'll be able to get up there. But yeah, so also if you are wondering what buttons I'm pressing and how I'm looking around, if you hold Alt while you're in a cockpit and move your mouse, that's how you can look around. If you hold Alt, you can also use your mouse wheel to scroll in and out as well, which is really handy. And if you press V, and it changes your camera from inside the cockpit to outside, which is nice. I like to use it as well, I say I like to use it, it is a reset point, which is really handy to have, especially when you end up messing up your camera and different angles and things like that. Let's see if I can get up the mountain. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get up the mountain through this bit. No. Right, so we haven't got that long before the light is gone, and with this Space Just Got Real mod, it gets really dark, as you can see by those shadows there. Physically can't see through it, but it is super handy that we have got a spotlight on here as well. So also while you're in a vehicle, you can press L and that'll activate spotlights. It won't activate any other lights, but it will activate spotlights, so that's quite nice. And speaking about lights, as you can see at the bottom, if you played the game already or you've seen gameplay, then you'll notice that my HUD is completely different to the vanilla one. So that is another mod which is brilliant, because basically it adds in a few colours, changes it around a little bit, makes it look a little bit nicer to look at, I'd say. Right, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get up this hill, or mountain range, whatever you want to call it. Right, so this is a bit of an awkward situation, because it is now dark. So I'm going to zoom in, so then I can see better around me. Right, okay, so I think so basically I want to get up there, but I can't. So I can't drive up there. I don't really want to be mining up there, so let's see if there's a way down here as well. And if there isn't, then that's gonna suck. Oh, actually, while we're here as well, before we go any further, I'll open up my inventory, and another mod that I'm using, which is really a really nice addition. It's small, but yeah, it just adds in colours, colours to the icons. So all the icons have actually got colours now, which is nice, because I believe the base game, it does have a few colours, but the icons themselves, they're not very colourful at all. They're very dull. Yeah, so let's find our spotlight, and radius high, intensity. Yeah, let's turn the intensity right up, just so that I can see a bit better. Let's make it pure white. There we are. Right. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And let's just go. Yeah, if you're looking at them ores as well, where it says cohenite and taenite, basically those are different types of stone. So that's another mod that I've added into this series as well. So rather than your basic sort of grey looking stone, it adds in a few different colours, and it's really nice. It makes it more realistic, because obviously around different parts of the world. They've got different coloured stones, different type of stone, things like that. And yeah, it's quite nice actually. So yeah, so it's not a new ore, it's just simply a new stone around that ore, I believe. I did try to read as much of the workshop page as possible, but unfortunately I didn't have a lot of time. So let's can't really. But yeah, so this is going to be the problem with this mod, is I simply cannot see where I'm going at all. So let's go towards this beacon. Let's see what this beacon is over here. And at some point I am going to have to decide on a theme. So whether I want to build sort of modern-esque, contemporary, or this does not look nice. Sort of, do I want to go retro buildings and spaceships, or do I want to go sort of clean and aesthetically nice, like the sort of white, just like the clean whitewash. So yeah, so I'm not too sure yet. I do need to figure that out eventually. Can I get up here? Probably not. So let's see if there's an opening a little bit further up. God, it's already jagged here. Jeez. Alright, so by the looks of it, I'm not going to be able to get up here. And I could just go for it, but probably going to do more damage than it's worth doing. So I think what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to park up. I'm going to leave the light shining on the stones, and then I can actually see what's going on around me. And we're going to start mining. So yeah, so the first thing that you want to get going in survival is your survival kit. So if you go into your survival kit, okay, you could press F on that. But yeah, so you go into your survival kit and you can click production. So the survival kit can make a few components, and obviously components is what you need to build anything from blocks to machines, anything basically. And so the way that you get this is from getting ingots. Hold on, that used to be called gravel, so I'm not sure if this has been updated, if this is part of the original update or a mod. But yeah, so basically the way that you do it is by turning stone into gravel, and then that also gives you ingots to then build these components. As you can see, iron, silicon, nickel, and yeah, that's all that you can do with these ones. So yeah, so let's go and start mining. And another tip that I like to do is obviously press C to start mining, and this is actually another thing that I want to point out is this is the other version of the stones, different types of stones. So normally this would just be completely grey, it would just look ugly, it would look messy, but yeah, this looks really nice. It's got a good texture on there, it's quite detailed, it just adds a bit more to the game. But anyway, on to mining. So let's jump down here. So what I like to do is, when you get your drill out, if you left click, then you'll harvest. If you right click, it will drill a hole without actually leaving any stone behind for you to pick up. So I like to find a point, drill down, holding right click, until I've got a little bump like this. So you can see this dips in here. So I'll do it a little bit more just to make sure that it is dipping in. There you go. So you can see that's a hole. So the reason I like to do this is because then I can left click to get the stone, and instead of having to pick it up as I'm going, I can just keep drilling up and up. When I turn around, it's all in one spot. So it makes it much easier, much quicker, and yeah, just makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna start mining out a load of stone, and then we can get some gravel going. And I almost forgot to turn my actual lights on as well. So your character does have lights as well if you haven't played this. And again, it's just using the L button on the keyboard. So this is what the normal stone would look like, and then obviously you can see the difference between them. And yeah, even in this, that stone actually looks quite nice, just because it's a contrast rather than just stone. So let's get some of this. Also, another tip as well is obviously you can press F to pick up, but if you hold down F and just look around, then it will continuously pick up. So it just saves you time, sort of sitting there pressing F over and over again. Okay, there we are. And another mod that I've got included in this is easy inventory. So if I just right click or alt right click, you can see at the top left it says easy inventory successfully transferred, well, the inventory from my inventory over to the survival kit's inventory. So the really good thing about that is it doesn't take your tools, it just transfers basically things that are components or anything like that, anything that you don't need on you. So if you've got your hydrogen tanks as well, which reminds me I need mine. So yeah, so it doesn't transfer your bottles, tools, guns or anything like that, which is super handy, because obviously yeah, you don't want to keep losing that over and over. So if we head over to the production, I'm gonna just sit this on 1000. So you do that by control shift click. If you do shift click, then it will do 100. If you do control click, it will do 10. And obviously if you just click, it will do 1. So I like to just do the 1000 just because then it keeps it going really. So going to carry on doing some mining. When you do start out in this game, at the beginning it is mostly mining stone. So we're going to need quite a lot of stone because we've got to make an assembler, a refinery, we've also got to make a power source as well, which is not cheap. And yeah, and then we go from there. And ideally I'd like to try and turn this rover into a miner, so then I don't have to hand drill anymore. So let's put this marker here, and yeah, so you press enter, the enter key, to bring up your chat. So I'm going to do /GPS, let's turn off cap lock, /GPS basic mine. There we are. So now we can see where all this is, so I can come back here rather than losing it and ending up somewhere else. And if you press I to go to your inventory and then over to the right you can go to GPS, then you've actually got them here as well. So if you want to keep it but you don't want to see it, you click on it and down here show on HUD, and then it's not there anymore. So it just clears up your HUD, just because obviously if you've got a lot of GPS markers, then you're going to have quite a lot of things on your HUD and it's going to get ugly and it's just not going to look very nice. So let's head over there then. See if I can get to it. Ooh, I'm not even sure. That might be... Ooh. Yeah, I think that's going to be out of reach the miner. But good thing is we've got a jetpack, so I'm going to try and fly up there without killing myself. Let's follow the stone. Ooh. So it looks like it's on the edge of a cliff. Oh, there we are. Let's see what we've got out of this. Where's the button? Button here. Right. Oh, nice. So we got a few bits out of here anyway. There we are. No button. What is this? Is this? Oh. Strange. Oh, there we go. Button panel. So there is a button. Let's try and flip this over. Oh, we did not find any special item. Oh. That's a bit harsh. I come all this way and you didn't even give me anything. Yeah, to make this series a little bit more difficult, because apparently I like making it difficult. Whenever I'm grind anything down now, instead of giving me the components that would obviously go into it, it gives me scrap. So this means that a lot of the time, instead of grinding things down, I'm going to have to build machines that actually move it. So like, let's say I don't know, I've got a thruster that I want to get onto a ship. Instead of grinding it down and rebuilding it, I'm then going to have to build a ship that can pick it up, place it onto the ship while I mine it, which is also another great thing, because there's a mod that I've got here that, which one is it? Oh well, essentially it's is it here? No. Right, anyway, well, essentially it's here we go, a welding pad. So you stick one of these on either side and it's just like a merge block, but instead it just welds the block together. And yeah, it's a little bit easier to use. Obviously you don't have to have that extra block space, you don't have to try and figure out where you can fit it in, things like that. And here we are, this is our first encounter. So there are some encounter mods that'll add NPCs and bases to the world. So it might come across a building, a base, anything like that. So it could be a defense base, it could be a resource base, a mining base, anything like that. So that's on planets and in space, which is good, because then it doesn't make me feel like I'm playing alone. Yeah, it just adds in other people, and it's quite nice to have. But the challenge from it as well is going to be quite fun, because then it just means let's take this for example. This is just a little cart, but now, because there's NPCs, ideally I want a turret on this. So I'm not just thinking in logistics, oh yeah, let's just build a car to get around. Now it's got to be, right, I need to build a car that can get around and defend itself. Same with the base, same with not planes, ships, basically anything that I build, it's either got to defend itself or have a sort of defense for itself, if that makes sense. But yeah, so as you can see, these are all just scraps here. So it does still give you them back. It just gives you a lower percentage. Well, no, sorry, it doesn't give you the components back. It gives you the ore or the ingot that makes it. So if you go to production and construction components, that needs iron. So rather than giving us all of the iron back, we only get a certain amount. So I've got some stone, and the next thing that we're going to want to build is a basic assembler. Well, there's two routes that you can go through this. So you can either, well, the three things that you want is the assembler, a refinery, and a wind turbine. Solar panels, it's not worth making yet, just because for starters you don't need as much power. So essentially, one wind turbine will power either the basic refinery or the assembler. So I just make 2 wind turbines. It's a lot cheaper on materials, it's a lot faster to do, and yeah, so I think I'm going to start off with the basic assembler and then build the basic refinery. So I'm going to get rid of the solar panel and landing gear from there. I also want a cargo container. I will end up running out of space at some point. So using this easy inventory, another nice feature of it, so you press with whatever block you've got in your hand, you can go up to the port on your container or survival kit, blocks, anything like that, and I believe it's if you shift alt click, successfully transfer the inventory contents to storage. Nope, shift right click, yeah, there we go. So queue productions of items for light armor block, and then if I press control, nope, alt right click, inventory contents of storage. Ah, there we go. So this is part of the base game, but if you press alt and middle mouse click, then it will give you, oh no, right, let's, I just cannot, alright, so if you do control shift, it will do 10, it will put through production for 10 of them. Control alt shift, contents of storage. How do I get, yeah, of course. So if you just right click, so you don't hold down any other button, you just right click and then it will give you what you need to build, and as you can see as well, it'll even tell you when there's not enough, which is handy. But yeah, so we're going to need some light armor blocks for our base, and then I'm going to want a basic assembler, so shift right click, then I'm going to want a basic refinery, shift right click again, I'm going to want 2 wind turbines, so double shift right click, and then a storage container as well, so shift right click again. Now if we go in here into production, now this is set up to make all of our bits and pieces, and the one thing that I like to do is move the gravel just behind the first lot of items. So yeah, so this is all for the assembler. So if it can't make the assembler, it will make more ingots, and yeah, it's just a better process of making them without an actual refinery. So alright, so I've got a base, and I think, where should I put this? I can't really see anything in the moment, so we've got everything behind us there. So let's, yeah, well, yeah, this is only a temporary base, so let's put it There. Yeah, so yeah, so this is just how I like to make temporary bases. So nice 3x3 of blocks. You don't even need to weld them. So I'll put my assembler there. No, I'll put my assembler here, refinery here, storage container there. So I'm going to build up from here, use my jetpack for my wind turbine. Let's get some more of those. Now the only issue with the wind turbine is it needs 6 spaces all around it basically. So 6 blocks. So that includes sideways as well. So let's get some more in there, make that a bit taller. The only issue with building next to a cliff. Yeah, that'll be enough. Just there. Right, so that's that done then. So let's see if this is made. The components. No. So what's it making at the moment? Right. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need some more stone anyway. So let's go and get some of that. But yeah, so I'm hoping for this series to be quite good. I mean, not just for you guys, you guys that are actually watching this, but for myself as well. I'm hoping it's going to be sort of fast paced. I know it's not at the moment. Getting started, this is a slow paced start. But yeah, eventually once we start getting into it, once we got the sort of foundation set out, I'm hoping it's going to be quite a nice fast paced game. It's definitely going to be interesting with all the NPCs and the extra mods and the encounters, bases. So yeah, so we got other bases, we got other factions. Yeah, it's just going to make the game a lot more exciting. Just grab all of this stone, put it into the survival kit. Right, click, yeah. Oh. God, this is going to take me a little while to remember all of these. Let's get some more energy from the survival kit. It's even more annoying because I keep looking to the left. Looking on the left corner, the energy. There we are. Let's see how that's doing. Have we got enough pieces? Ah, there we go. And as you can see there, it says successfully withdrew remaining items. So the best thing about the easy inventory mod is that it actually remembers what components you previously had. Wait, what? Oh, that's rubbish. Or not. Right. Not sure about that. Let's just weld this up. God. Definitely need to get a better welder at some point as well. This is just gonna take forever. Right, so have a look on production. Still got a ways to go yet, but yeah, let's try and get this. I'm gonna assume this is a refinery. Yeah, because then that's the storage container, and wind turbines. Right, so should, yeah, so if I right click on this again, no, right, I'm not too sure how to get this to work. It might take me a little bit of time. Yeah. And so got some components to get the refinery going. Not all of them. Let's put that there. Right, so we need more stone. There we are. This is why the way that I mine comes in handy a lot. It just means that you can run into the entrance, pick it up, run back out, and that's literally it. Yeah. When you do start your fresh world on here, this is definitely the way that I recommend to do it. Just mine as much stone as possible, get the base elements down, don't bother worrying about building a new car or a new ship or anything like that. Just get the base components down, get your basic assembler, basic refinery, and then work from there. It's so much easier, it doesn't take as much time, and it means that you can actually go searching for ores as well. So rather than having to mine this stone, I can go out, look for an ore vein and mine that, and then I'll actually get more out of it as well. You definitely don't get as much out of stone than what you would with the proper old ores. Right, there we go, and build some more of the refinery. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get used to some of these mods. This is actually my first time playing with them, so I've never played with mods before, which is strange. You might have thought that I've played with some of them beforehand. I mean, obviously not in easy inventory, since I clearly don't have a clue how to use it. But yeah, this is actually my first time playing with mods, so yeah, basically any sort of reactions of the mods themselves are organic, which is quite good, and hopefully that's a little bit more entertaining for you guys. What's left? So we got steel plate and motors. Right, so let's just put that there and get the motors done first, then the steel plates, and definitely going to go and mine some more stone. What I really want to know though is what you guys think of this game. So, do you like the look of it? Do you hate the idea of it? Or what game does this remind you of? I mean, for me, this sort of reminds me of Minecraft, just because of the basic mechanics of the game. So obviously you mine, you build, you sort of survive. I mean, you don't have to eat in this one. You can get a mod for it, which I've taken out of this series just for the meantime. I might add it back in, but yeah, so it just reminds me of Minecraft quite a bit. So I'm just wondering what it reminds you guys of, if there's any other games that you've played that are similar to this, and yeah, just leave your thoughts in the comments or drop them in the chat. Honestly though, just the fact that they've put in the option to change your inventory size is brilliant. I mean, could you imagine how many times we would have had to run back and forth just to get all that stone? I mean, that's twice. I think with ×3 inventory, I would have had to do it 6 times. No, not 6 times. Yeah, about 6 times, if not more. Yeah, so it definitely saves a lot of time having it like that. Let's swap those around. Right, so I'm gonna let that go. So yeah, we want to get our basic assembler. I'll tell you what as well, I'm not sure what mod has changed this, but the raining on this is incredible. I mean, it's not, for some reason you can't quite see the rain when you're up close, but if you can just about see it, I'll just freeze the screen, you can just about see it in sort of the shadow. Like, I can't see it here, but you can see it in the greyed shadow over here. But yeah, it's really nice sound effects. You can sort of hear the wind as well. So yeah, so it's really nice. I'll try and find out what's added that into the game. So first of all, let's get our energy back up. Perfect. So yeah, we want the refinery. So I'll have steel plate. Let's have a look at production. Stone. You want more stone? How much stone do you want? Right. Anyway, so let's see. Right, so it's enough just to get it built, which is good. So yeah, if you look on the right side, you can see the steel plate at the top, above the blue line. It doesn't actually need, so it doesn't need for it to work, but I guess you can think of it as protection, as it's armour essentially. So I don't know, let's say an enemy flew over and they were shooting it. If it didn't have any of the extra protection, which is basically a steel plate above the blue line, then it won't have much health. So it'll only take like 1 or 2 bullets to destroy it, whereas if it had full health, it'll take quite a few bullets. So yeah, which is handy, because obviously if you don't always have what you need, then that can be a bit of an issue. Oh look, we've got a transport courier up there. A beacon. Yeah, right, anyway, so let's mine some more stone. Head back into here. And get some more stone going. Right, okay, let's do it with my welder this time. Make sure that I don't actually break it. So now we want wind turbines. Right, so I've got enough to build 1 wind turbine, which is nice, because then we can get started straight away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build one here, because I was going to build one there and there, but then the one there is going to be sort of too close. Not too close, but I just think it'll do a bit better on these sides. Right, anyway, so let's get one of these welded up, and then we'll start with getting some power. There we are. So now we've got our basic assembler and our basic refinery done. So go back to here and take out the stone, because I don't want it in there anymore. I want to run it through the... let's just delete all of this as well. I don't want to use the... forget my words. I don't want to use the survival kit anymore. Basically because it's rubbish. It takes too long and it's not very efficient. But if you use the basic assembler, so if I right click, storage full, no, right click, it's not, shift right click, how do I do this? Storage full. Right. Ah, I see. Storage full. Okay. Yes, I see now. But yeah, so we've got a basic assembler and basic refineries. Let's get a stone. Is that what? Why is that not working? Oh no. Is this only? Yeah, I've just realised what I've done. So annoyingly, basic assembler, this is the only access point, so that needs to be on the other side. So I'm either going to have to move the refinery or move the basic assembler, which means I'm gonna have to take all this back out. Put it back into the survival kit and pray for the best. No, I'm only joking. So I'm going to put it all back in there, and I'm going to have to because essentially I'm going to have to build those again. Or actually, let's just do the refinery. So let's put that to production. Let's put our ingots back to production as well. Because when I grind this down, it's only going to give me scrap. Jordan, why did you make this harder on yourself? Just had to add that mod. Yeah, as you can see, it's not got the access port on the back, which is really frustrating. It means that we're going to have to put our basic assembler, basic refinery here, because it's got, I'll show you, it's got 2 access points on it, on either side. So I'll have my basic assembler, basic refinery, and then I'll have my storage just next to it. So, right, I haven't even got any steel plates. Let's get some of those made up as well. So let's do 10. It's there, and let's see. Right, wrong one. Keep pressing the wrong buttons. And yeah, let's put that there. So, how much more have we got to go? Quite a while now. Right, so there's no more stone. Let's just add that there. Let's get some more stone then. Yeah, as you can see, we had about 3,000 stone. 3,000 stone, it barely made anything. If you had 3,000 iron, on the other hand, then I believe it's a 1-to-1 exchange. So you get 3,000 iron ingots out of 3,000 iron ores, I think. I'm not 100% sure about it, but it's just much better than stone. The return ratio itself, you just gather so much more materials out of it. So just to let you know, whether you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, I will be attempting to stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. No, Mondays and Thursdays. So Mondays and Thursdays, ideally at 2 PM, so 2 in the afternoon, and that can go on until I'm not sure yet. So yeah, so I prefer to do it during the day, but obviously if you guys would like me to change that to the evenings, so say from 7 PM onwards, UK time, then I can change that later down the road. But yeah, if you are watching on Twitch if you're watching on Twitch, then obviously you get to see the full video. But if you do want to watch the cut down version, then that will be uploaded to YouTube. So I'll edit this live stream, and then it will be uploaded to YouTube. So then you don't have to sit here through all the grind, all the quiet little sections. So where I'm just keeping to myself. Storage full. But yeah, so you got 2 options. You can join me in the stream, which it would be brilliant. It would be amazing to have you guys in stream, just then sort of interact with you as well. Plus it means that you can sort of help me in a sense, help me with the game. So I don't know, let's say if I want to build something and one of you want to share your ideas, then you can let me know and it might get implemented into this series. as well as names. So if I build a ship, then obviously I need to name it. So what I'll do is I will ask you guys, and I'll try and even it out. So sometimes with some of the ships I'll wait a couple of days and ask only the people on YouTube, just because obviously where they're not watching it live, some people do miss out. But then sometimes I will ask live in Twitch. Just then obviously it gives you another reason to watch me live, to be honest with you. And yeah, it just, I don't know, I don't just want to be making videos, putting it on the internet and not caring afterwards. I want to interact with you guys, I want to talk to you guys. Yeah, because then it will just help me make a bit better content. It lets me know what you guys actually like as well. So yeah, so it helps me and it helps you. So yeah, so Mondays and Thursdays on Twitch. If not, the videos will be uploaded to YouTube. Let's think. Yeah, so the videos will be uploaded to YouTube the next day at 6 PM UK time again. So that'll be Tuesdays and Fridays. So live stream Mondays and Thursdays, upload to YouTube Tuesdays and Fridays. Now I'm going to try and stick to that schedule as much as possible, but I do have a full-time job, so sometimes I may not be able to do that. But if that is the case, just make sure that you stay updated by following me on Twitter. It's at ZudaRoosty, and then I'll just let you guys know on there. So I'll just make it a lot easier. That way you don't sort of come into the stream or go to Twitch expecting a stream, and unfortunately I'm not able to make it. Now, because of this though, the YouTube videos I will try to make sure are always on the same days. So if that is the case, then I may have to record without the live stream, depending on what the time is that I actually record. Yeah. So that's just a little let you know what's going on. I'm not sure if this mod is broken or not, but as you can see on the right, we're still missing the motors, construction components and the computers. So motors, construction components and computers. So yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that mod. I might have to look into it later, just to see if I can maybe get it fixed. Hopefully I can, because it is a good mod. But yeah, anyway, so there we are. So we got our basic refinery and our basic assembler. Let's try to, yeah, let's extend this out just there, just so that I can actually get onto the platform. And I'm going to extend it out a little bit more. I'm going to move this car, or my rover anyway. And why is it not turning? There we are. Let's do that. I'm gonna put it there. Actually a bit closer. Yeah, like that. There we are. Let's leave that there. Get all the components out of here again. So all these scraps. There we are. And some more in there. All the components out. Right, there we are. And now I can put them all in here. There we are, so you can hear that firing up. And let's get, oh, there's no scraps on here. Oh no, so it's already, yeah, so the basic refinery will automatically get rid of the scraps. So any scraps that you put in here, it will automatically smelt them back down into the ingots, which is super handy. And right, so now, yeah, so now we've got everything else here, which is brilliant because now we can actually get on with other bits and bobs. So this is basically the main base done. So unfortunately that's all the time that we've got for today. I can't make these videos too long for YouTube. I think an hour is enough anyway. But my name's Roosty, and if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. We've got another episode coming out on Friday, so make sure that you hit the subscribe as well, just so then you don't miss out. But yeah, peace. Oh, what was that? No, don't tell me that's a survival kit. No way. Why have we died? What died? What killed us?